Good morning and welcome back to Lovin Dubai show where we take you through the top trending stories of what is happening in and around the city. I'm Simran.
And I'm Shahir. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
Today's top trending stories are new end of service rulings announced.
And a Dubai resident returns from holiday to a jaw-dropping 2,179 dirham utility bill.
Yikes.
That's a jab.
A horribly high amount. And we'll also be talking about the nanny who recorded the suspicious behavior of a man has now been rewarded.
And then after a short break, we're going live with the GCC's favorite content creator, Usama Marwa. A lot of people in the office were super excited to hear that he's coming. Unfortunately for them, they start a few hours after us, so they can watch the live show, I guess.
I guess they can watch, but you know what? We'll do something good for them and just arrange that little meet and greet because people are excited and it's the nice thing to do, you know?
It is, but also I just think that this is going to have a lovely effect on people's days.
Exactly.
A butterfly effect, some might say.
So, speaking of which, the butterfly effect, let's talk about that. Let's explore that whole concept a little bit more because I heard this entrepreneur talk about it on Instagram the other day, and her name is Sana Sajan. She's a massive, just a boss woman in Dubai, and she spoke about the butterfly effect and how doing one act of kindness or one action leads to a chain of reactions.
Yeah.
And I was so curious. It's the first time I've heard the butterfly effect.
Really?
What about you?
I've heard it before. It's basically the same as the domino effect in some way, or a snowball effect. Like, it's the fact that one action can lead into another greater reaction, which leads to a greater reaction and a greater reaction.
Yeah.
And there's just this ripple effect as well. Like, it's just how one small deed or one small action can have such a catastrophic or such a almost not catastrophic, but in a more positive light effect.
It can have like either or, because when I Google the definition of it, right, like the very what you see on Google is basically like a flap of a butterfly's wings in maybe the Amazon rainforest can lead to a tornado in another part of the world, you know, like just that one small action can cause such a ripple effect that can affect the other side of the world. And that if you see in terms of like economy, when the 2008 great financial, we had that whole recession, it happened in the US, right, but it affected the whole world. So that is one aspect of it. The other aspect is like you do as small as like, you know, just get someone coffee in the morning, and then the whole day it's like that other person does something kind for someone else, and that
exactly.
like it's just like a chain of reactions and actions.
It's like paying it forward when you go to Starbucks. Or think about it this way, how someone once created Destiny's Child, and now Beyonce's concert is literally increasing the GDP of the United States of America.
Yeah.
It's that same like mentality of one small thing is going to have this enormous effect on so many things that you don't even like almost trace it back.
Yeah.
And you don't acknowledge it. It just goes to show like the way you treat someone really has an effect on them and the rest of their day, and how they treat you and how they treat the next person.
100%. And that's why like we just, I don't know, keep emphasizing on the fact like every morning just, you know, greet someone with like a smile, with kindness.
Kill them with kindness.
With kindness, exactly. You should practice what you preach.
I'm the star child, I'll have you know. I have this new saying, better better than bitter.
You know what? That's the funny thing. He gets bitter and then he corrects himself and stops the other person from saying anything bad by saying, I'm better, not bitter, better, not bitter, better, not bitter. But he gets his shade out of the way first.
I'm being introspective. I stop, think, I could have done better. I could have done better.
All right, then. Let's jump into our first story.
So, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, chaired a cabinet meeting on Monday. A few notable decisions have been made, including the UAE cabinet approves a new end-of-service benefit systems for employees in the private sector, including free zones.
So the end-of-service system will be optional for private sector employees and will establish a savings and investment fund that will be supervised by the Securities and Commodities Authority. In coordination with the Ministry of Human Resources and Amortization, employees end of service benefits will be invested in the fund with multiple options offered.
So His Highness stated the aim is to preserve the workers' savings, which represent the end of service in the operating company, and to ensure that they are invested in a safe way to guarantee their rights and achieve the stability of their families. The system also allows government sector employees to participate in it for the purpose of saving and investment. This very specific story, we weren't even necessarily talking about the story, but we're talking about how all of us are in the start of our careers. This was during our lunch break. A few of us were just like analyzing what the work life is and what happens after, mainly pensions. It's good that you have these things implemented because realistically, as GCC nationals, whatever company we work in, we have to pay a part of our pension, and so does the company, right? We're obliged to. There's no way around it. That is going to guarantee I have a cushion by the time I retire.
Like a safety net.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I can live off that till the end of my time at least, you know? But as young adults, we don't think about these things. So the fact that this is enforced from the conversation from yesterday, like, I have that reassurance now.
I think all of these initiatives are very common in the US and UK and European countries, but we're hearing of this like very newly now, and it's like, of course, it's not the exact same copy-paste initiative. Like end of service benefits, US citizens do get that, right? But I think it's very new for GCC citizens.
Yeah, like fairly new. Also, I know a few friends in the UK. They all have different schemes that they have subscribed to or registered to, and it just like reinforces that whole like stability once you retire. And I don't know, I just think like it really is something that you need to instill within you. Like, okay, this is my career, this is the trajectory of my career, this is what I can look forward to by like 10 years into my career, 20 years into my career, this is what I can look forward to after my career. Because like, you're at the start, you don't necessarily think about it, you don't think of the longevity of everything that you invest in and everything that you put your time and money in. So it's just a good way to be better safe than sorry.
I mean, every decision in life is such a gamble. So when you have safety nets like this, it's like, even if you are kind of experimenting with different courses in life, at least you have support by the government or authorities in some way or the other. Like at least the country you're staying in is going to support you in even the smallest manner. It's like I think still a good sense of security.
Yeah, and I think this links back to the butterfly effect. I'll have you know.
Okay, so we'll move on to our next story. If AK can help out with that, please. Dubai resident returns from a holiday to a jaw-dropping 20,000 plus utility bill. So Dubai can sometimes bring surprises, but this one left a Brit expat utterly bewildered, as it left the rest of us. David Richard Spars, a resident of the Mac Hills 2, returned from his summer break in the UK only to be greeted by a staggering 20,179 dirham bill from the Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, which is DEWA. As reported by Khaleej Times, Mazar Faruqi, the exorbitant bill was an aftermath of a rather unfortunate incident during David's vacation, a water leak in his garden. Upon scrutinizing the bill, the breakdown was eye-watering. So let's break that down for you. So 1,383.17 for electricity, 1,804.42 dirhams for Dubai municipality fees, and a whopping 16,992.38 dirhams for water for the month of August. So he said, it's insane. I don't know what to do. And as he faced a deadline of September 11th to settle the bill, the ordeal began when he uncovered a water leak on August 11th, the very day he returned home from his UK journey.
So it was caused by a faulty float valve in the tank, leading to the water tank overflowing and leaking continuously for 30 days. He added, according to the DEWA bill, it shows that I consumed 319,000 gallons 319,200 gallons of water. DEWA responded, explaining that their smart meters are engineered to detect continuous consumption for a minimum of 48 hours. a duration much longer than the average daily water usage over the previous 3 months. The smart meters in your premise cannot identify the rise in consumption falling under the category due to which the water alert was not generated to send to you, DEWA clarified. It is customers' responsibility to rectify any internal water leakages. They also underscored that the unusual consumption alert is courtesy to the customer and does not guarantee that every leak will be detected by DEWA.
And that is unfortunate. So David contended that he was not just a tenant and any water leak stemming from a faulty valve should ideally fall under the landlord or developer's purview. That said, if I had known about the leak and the hefty bill it would lead to, I would have either asked my neighbor to fix it or flown back from the UK to handle it myself. I might have even opted for a business class ticket and it still wouldn't have cost me as much as the DEWA bill did. So interestingly, another Damac Hills 2 resident also shared a similar experience receiving an 18,000 dirham DEWA bill.
So DEWA continuously advises residents to monitor their water usages to avoid any unexpected high bills. They recommend hiring professionals to check for leaks, especially during hot weather when pipes can expand or burst, or even underground ones. To keep tabs on water consumption, DEWA suggests turning off all taps and water-dependent appliances, checking the water meter readings, and watching for any increase after an hour for a sign of potentially high risks.
I mean, potential leaks and potential cracks or whatever, like, pipe explosions. So, I mean, it's such a reminder, this story, like, although it is so unfortunate for this resident to come home to this whopping DEWA bill, like, it's a huge amount, like, and that too without him having anything to do with it, right? Like, he came back from a vacation, not like anything was used or under usage, but it was just because of a leak that the bill amounted to such a high number. So it's just horrible, but it's a reminder to continuously check our pipes, to continuously check, like, if there is a water leakage, get that sorted right away. Don't even like waste an hour, waste a second, like call up your maintenance and just have them come and check it out.
I think for me, it's my parents instilled this within me at such a young age. Like, every time we travel, every single outlet, every single socket is switched off. Every the valves for the water meter readings, like, we switch all the water off. Everything in the house is completely off. So I just wish he had that sense of paranoia within him as well. I mean, because you never know what can happen when you leave.
No, 100%. Like, that is something I think people should have in them regardless. Like, turn off the ACs, lights, switches, like, just for the safety of your home. But sometimes you do miss these things. And I feel like in these situations, there should be a system in place that totally alerts you or helps you out.
Sorry, I was going to sneeze. Totally. Like, another thing is when you do travel, DEWA has this notification that pops up on your phone. It's like a travel mode, essentially, so that when you travel, they almost are supervising your consumption because they know you're out of town. So your bills in general are going to be lower than they typically are. You'll get any alerts if anything unusual is happening. Like, as soon as you get into the airport, you get that notification. I tried switching on, couldn't figure out how, but I think that was an internet issue on my phone. But the fact that that's even in place, like, that's so convenient.
That is convenient. That's a great service that they have introduced on their applications. So if you guys are traveling, do check that out. But if you do see any jumps in your fees, like, of course, don't hesitate in contacting DEWA and just trying to find out exactly how that happened. So at least you know for a fact it's not going to happen. You can just take care of what the issue was. But we'll jump into our next story. A nanny who recorded the suspicious behavior of a man who was found has been rewarded. Now, 3 big cheers for the lovely Dubai community. Now, Junaida Fernandez is a 40-year-old Filipino national whose act of bravery helped the Dubai police arrest a suspicious man last week. So Junaida recorded the video of a man acting strangely and trying to touch a young girl's face. She called him out before he could make any further attempts. Speaking about the incident, Junaida said, "I'm very happy that the police caught him so quickly and that there are no other kids at risk."
Junaida's quick thinking helped the issue come to light and allowed the Dubai police to make an arrest. A line of praise and rewards have come her way as well, showcasing precisely what a nanny should be like. Housekeeping Co. welcomed Junaida to the Tadbir Center at Equity Metro Station Exit 2 on Thursday to present her with a recognition award and a series of gifts for her exemplary actions. Junaida was gifted complimentary access to the Housekeeping Co.'s training program, allowing her to be a qualified and KHDA certified in childcare at home.
So she was praised by Dubai police, who issued her with an award for her diligent actions. Junaida has been working with the family for over 7 years and was taking care of their 2 children and friends when the incident took place. The family spoke to Housekeeping Co. to express how proud they were of Junaida, and they said, "We are so appreciative of the authorities' quick action on this and how they and Housekeeping Co. have appreciated Junaida as an individual."
They also voiced a sentiment that the entire community is feeling right now. In a country that is not your own, it is so comforting to have a system in place that acts so quickly, and also people that look out for you and your kids. I think that last line is really what hits close to home. You are away from everything. You're not even with your kids at the time, and just to know that the people watching them take it like so close to their heart and take it with the highest amount of responsibility. That's what you need when trusting someone with your kids, essentially.
100%. You know, this story goes on to show how amazing the UAE authorities are, right? Like, that's number one. But number two is just like how diligent and dedicated nannies are, like in general. Of course, in Dubai, but around the world also, you see like how much love they put into taking care of children. Like a majority of them, they treat these kids as their own. They raise them as their own, and you know, like they do. They put up with their tantrums. They put up with their good, like their good times, bad times. They're just there for them, and really appreciation for them is so underrated.
Yeah, for sure. Nannies are next level. Like for me, the majority of my life, I had a nanny present throughout everything. You know, more so than my parents would, because they'd be working in a way. And at the same time, she also had a family of her own that she was away from because she was working with us and raising us, essentially. So just the sacrifices, the time spent, the dedication, the love, the affection, the bond that you build with them really does mean a lot. And I'm just grateful for the nanny I had growing up, to be honest.
Shahir, honestly, and like we, as we grew up, we remember our parents, right? We remember our siblings, our cousins, but we don't really give due credit to these nannies who have been there like throughout our upbringing, and that to like the very initial and important stages of our lives, making sure we're taken care of every time we go out, like looking out for us, and those very small, you know, like helping out with the small things that really do add up. And so major shout out to nannies all over the world. Like you guys are just amazing, amazing human beings.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
I called my nanny like last week.
Yeah.
I love her. I love her so much. She's a grandmother now.
My nanny still lives with us. Can you imagine?
Really?
Yeah, in India. She's a grandmother now.
Yeah.
And that's so sweet that you're still in touch with her.
I love her. She taught me how to crack my knuckles.
Oh, okay.
She taught me how to count. She taught me the alphabets and she couldn't even read. But she took the time to learn to teach me. How cool is that?
You know what? Like this is it. Like this is exactly it. And this is what these amazing individuals do, you know, for kids. And it's just so underappreciated.
Amen.
Like you respect your teachers, but they are literally at par.
Well said.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, stay tuned because after a very short break, we'll be going live with the GCC's favorite content creator, Osama Marwa. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. Now, with over 13 million devoted followers across all of his socials, our guest today is one of the region's biggest social media stars, best known for his insane travel stories, challenges, and very soon as the co-host of the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards 2023, taking place in Abu Dhabi on 16th September. Welcome to the show, Osama Marwa.
Thank you. It's very exciting. I always see you guys on Instagram and everywhere, and now I'm here. That's very exciting.
You want to talk about excitement? Go outside. The amount of people who are obsessed.
Oh, come on, man. That's a good introduction.
Our PCR room has never been this full.
Really?
We have
That's so
Raneem,
cool.
we
Hi,
have
everyone.
who else?
Hey,
Natasha.
Hi, everyone.
Okay,
Amazing.
so tell us this morning, how are you? How are you really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
8:30 in the morning and ask me how am I really?
In life.
Life is good. Life is really good. I mean, a lot of cool things happening. Also, the Nickelodeon, of course, co-hosting that's going to be insane with many big names, many cool things happening. A very good main host, Jessie J, is going to be there. She's gonna perform as well. It's gonna be unbelievable, honestly. So I think very good.
Touch wood, can you give us a couple of other big names that we can expect at this award show?
Okay, listen, there's a couple names that are not yet confirmed, but they are big. And so I don't want to say, and then I get some signs from behind. Don't say that. But there's gonna be a couple.
No, we can cut that out later.
No, you can't.
Okay.
This one's live. This one's live.
She's falling again.
Yeah, okay, no, but there's gonna be very cool, some very cool names.
No, but it's insane, you know, because like it's something we grew up watching.
Exactly,
you know, like all the slime, all those like small moments. Like when you think Nickelodeon, you think slime and like the people you look up to on stage.
Exactly.
But how does it feel like you started off content creating, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that and like just how far you've come. How does that all feel?
Man, it's unbelievable. It actually went from me being afraid to be on camera. I was actually supporting my brother, being always behind the camera, helping write, helping film, helping produce and edit, to now being in front of the camera, to now being in front of people live on a stage with such a big event. Like you said, we grew up watching Nickelodeon, and now I'm co-host. It's unbelievable. It's honestly, and now when you mention it as well, coming from you, it's even like, man, it's crazy.
Are you nervous? Are you like, what are the emotions?
You're making me nervous when you ask me about it. I was fine walking in this morning, but now I'm getting nervous.
Well, think about it. You're live now.
Yeah.
No script prepared.
Yeah.
You know, but at least that has like a ton of preparation to it.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be insane. There's a lot of prep going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of some coaching, some styling, some okay, you have to be here, then you move from here, then you introduce this person,
That
then you
helps, that helps.
So yeah, that helps a lot, but it's also like when you get into that meeting, like, oh, okay, this is so serious, you know? When you first hear the news, it's like, oh, that's so cool, I'm gonna be co-hosting, but then when you actually like get into that meeting and then there's like 8 people just looking at you, waiting to hear what you're gonna say and to judge in a way like, oh, nope, you're not gonna do that, you're gonna do this way, then you're like, oh, okay, this is so serious, we have to be very like careful with it. So
okay, so you're a content creator, right?
Yes.
Everything is behind the camera, like face to camera stuff. It's not like a large crowd that you've mostly ever faced, but this one, it's gonna be like crowds on crowds on crowds and people and people and people, eyes watching you. You are expecting laughs at a certain time, expecting people to cry at a certain time with your wording and your cues and all of that. So are you nervous? Do you have a stage fright, or are you good with public speaking?
I mean, the way you're wording it, it's
I'm
getting more scared by the minute. But no, I think we've been doing YouTube now for around 4 or 5 years, and I think with all the things that we've been through, events, interviews, some stage appearances here and there, this is definitely the biggest thing that I'll be doing in front of so many people. So it is a little bit different. But I feel that's what's also cool about it, just being able to do something new, knowing that okay, we have what it takes, but is what it takes gonna be available on the day of, you know what I mean? When you see all the lights and all the cameras and all the people, and like you said, maybe you say a joke and no one's laughing, and then maybe they're laughing at you, not with you. So
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's gonna. You better be there. You guys better be there. You're laughing. Yes, that's all we need. If I do this, please laugh.
No, you're gonna kill it. Honestly, as long as your scooter's there, we've got it covered. You know.
Yeah, of course.
So, you're saying your brother initially got into content creation, right?
Yeah.
And you're behind the scenes. What made you think like, okay, I can do this too. I've got it.
Yeah.
Like, what was the first video you created?
So actually, before I was helping my brother, I was posting videos, like gaming videos on YouTube actually, but with no face, like just not even audio. Like I was just playing and I put music on top because I was just so shy and like, worried what are people gonna think. But then one day I actually went from being behind the camera to in front of the camera in one of the videos. And then there was maybe 3,000 positive comments like, oh, like nice energy, nice vibes, whatever, blah, blah. Like, oh, okay.
Fine then.
I read every comment. It was like, it was so nice. Yeah, I read every comment. I think most of them were like, you should do something, you should do whatever. And then slowly, like I started to get on the camera more and more and more. And then we're here.
And look at us now.
And look at us now.
Cool. Yeah. See the Kids' Choice Awards. Okay, so you lived all over basically, right? Yeah. You're here parts of the time. You're in California for a lot of the time. You're in Canada for a lot. Yeah. Being away from home, what do you think still resonates with everyone in the GCC? Because no matter where you go, if you go to Oman, they know you. Yeah. Saudi, they know you. Here, they know you. What do you think it is about you that resonates the most?
Man, I mean, you're asking. Oh my goodness! You want me to compliment myself?
I mean, like this is where we cry.
You want me to talk about myself?
You read those comments, got the validation. That's how you got into content creating. So.
Yeah, I mean, when you're shy or afraid of something, then so many people tell you, "Oh no, it's fine, you can do it." Then that's why like it becomes so meaningful. Yeah. So as far as the nice thing is. There's so many viewers everywhere, like you said. So if we go to Canada, we meet some of the people that watch the videos. If we go to Saudi Arabia, even we were actually in Norway a month or two ago, and it was like there were so many people. It's very cool to see that these videos, while they may appear as numbers when we post, when you see those numbers in real life and you interact and they tell you, oh, that video was so cool and I loved when you did this thing, and because you did this thing, now I'm gonna try to do this, and this is when you really you're like, oh, this is good, this is very meaningful, and then this is what pushes you and motivates you to keep going. So honestly, it's amazing. And being in Dubai, like you said, I went to LA, went to Canada, but Dubai for content creation is just unbelievable. I mean, Lovin Dubai, really. So I mean, it's amazing. All the facilities here are insane. The location, it's so cool. It's so cool. So this is the right place to do all of this.
You're right, but as cool as it may be, it's also super pressurizing, right? Like for clients that you have to create videos for, and like every single day you have to put out new, fresh content. How do you stay inspired when you have a creative block?
Yeah, so this is when you need a good team, because no one is good on their own. As you can see, there's so many cool people, and
shout out Natasha.
Exactly. I mean, shout out everyone as well, including Natasha. So this is how it works. If you're slow, they pick up. If you're doing really good, then they can slow down a little bit, and then we just push each other. And as long as they believe in the story and they believe in what we're doing, and each person is getting their piece of like, oh, like I was part of this project, then everything's fine, and then the energy is just, we're just, like working off of each other's energies. So it's excellent.
Who's more famous right now, you or your brother?
I mean, my brother moved to the US, so they switched. So they used to do Arabic YouTube, but now they do English YouTube. But he's very famous. He's extremely famous.
So there's no like jealousy or like
oh no, he's my brother.
Healthy
Come
competition.
On. No, he's my brother. He's my brother.
Siblings have that, like me and my sister. Yeah. Oh my god, all the time.
Courtney and Kim?
I mean,
all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of their brand, like to have. But no, for us, it works. Like whatever he learns over there, whatever I learn over here, we get together, we talk about it. He helps me where I need it, and I help him where he needs it. And then, no, it's unbelievable. There's like, it's good. It's good.
But what's really insane is that each one of your videos, over a million, and on average, it's like 4.7 million. Yeah, that's the average.
Yeah.
Like what does it take to get there?
It's a lot, man. Like sometimes people overcomplicate things. all you need is you need to understand your audience. You need to know who's watching. Like you can't be making, for example, basketball videos for someone who likes to travel. So you just need to understand who your audience is. You need to know that, for example, if you do a video about horse riding, you're not going to be reaching a bigger audience, right? Yeah, exactly. Or even the bigger audience, because there's some things that just relate with everyone, and there's other things where like, okay, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So you just need to know your audience. You need to broaden as much as possible. Just do something that is, like I said, without overcomplicating it, just something that's actually fun to watch. It's not like when you look at the video, you know exactly why people are watching. You know this is a high moment, this is a good moment, this is an emotional moment. And it's just like, it's a good view watch, like, okay, that's a good video, it's a good concept. But sometimes people overcomplicate, like, oh, what am I gonna do? Do I need to vlog every day? What if people don't like my personality? Whatever. You just need to take it like as simple as it is, just break it down and be like, is this a good video or not? And then you just show it to, for example, to your mom, to your brother, to your sister, to your younger brother, younger sister. And then this way you get an idea of who's really enjoying the stuff and just work from there, really.
True. That's actually a good way of looking at it, like getting internal feedback and all. But I want to ask you, have you had a really crazy fan interaction with like fans all over the world? Have you had something like that's really stuck with you? Wild?
Or creeped you out? Or
I mean, there's a lot of people coming to my apartment. So
no way.
In Dubai?
Yeah, in Dubai. Yeah, because I think with Dubai, with the towers, you can really just like you can tell where someone lives with the towers. You can this tower is here, then this tower. That means they're living in this area. So then sometimes there's like people waiting downstairs, or then the security is telling me, I'm telling them you're not here, don't worry. Like, so it's you know, like that's a little bit interesting. But whenever it's like at the mall or outside, or it's so cool to meet everyone. And it's like, so also the audience will depend on the content you're doing. So if you're doing weird, not good content, you're gonna have the weird, not good audience. But when you're doing decent content, the audience is going to be good. The audience will be normal, let's say. So you won't have crazy, like there's always that little percentage, but this percentage will grow if you're doing just like
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so people just show up at your house, and have they come up to your apartment ever? Or they have?
Yeah, because I have cameras around the doors and around the door, and I can sometimes see on my phone like, there's
But do they leave gifts for you, flowers, or do they just come there to like meet?
They do. A lot of the time they do.
Okay.
And a lot of the time, like I think half of my apartment is actually like gifts from the audience.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just hang whatever I can, or because most of the time it's like drawings or designs or like hand knitted stuff. So
you even hang the bad ones.
I mean, maybe in like a less less important area of the apartment, but it goes somewhere.
They get their space.
That's the best part, right? Like this kind of appreciation and love that you get from your followers.
Of course. This is the motivation. If you're not doing something right, that's a nice thing as well. They'll tell you. If you read the comments and you're getting a lot of bad comments, okay, I have to change something. But when you're getting this good energy, it just motivates you to keep going.
You seem like a generally very optimistic guy in general. Like not a lot gets to you.
You want to ruin that, don't you?
No, of course not. Why would I? Why would you? But when it comes to like the mean or hateful comments, does that faze you in any way?
You know what? There's two types of mean comments. There's the criticism where it's like they actually want you to like, listen, maybe this was a bad idea, maybe you can do this. This is fine. This is if a creator is not looking through that, then there's something wrong. But then there's the people who whatever you do, there's no way you're going to be pleasing them. This group of people you cannot even react to, because the more you react to them, the more they're going to want to do this, they're going to want to push your buttons more. So this group of people you just don't need to address, but let's say the helpful criticism, the positive, like, maybe you should do this, maybe the audio should be a little bit louder. This is fine, and everyone should read that.
You appreciate it, you take it on board.
100%. And any creator that doesn't do that will face issues down the line if they just like, oh no, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. They're gonna go through something at some point.
My God.
Yeah.
Before you got into content creation, you were into law.
Yes, I'm actually a lawyer by practice.
You are a lawyer by practice. So do you miss just not doing it full time, or?
No, I mean, not really. Like it was cool, and I used a lot of it in YouTube. So the way we were taught in law school in Canada to talk to the judge is the same way I try to talk to the audience, because the audience, they have like, okay, moments where they're focused, and then they have moments where they're gonna slow down. So that's when when you have like a good moment, you want it to be like, you know, like right at the top, you want like right at the front, and then you end with like a very high moment as well, so people like, subscribe, and so on. So that's the same way with law. You hide your bad parts of the video in the middle, and then you start with your best evidence, and then at the end you also remind them of something very good. So when the judge goes home, you know, like, oh, he was right, maybe they should win the case. It's the same thing with YouTube. Like I use the same mentality where we start strong, we end strong with an emotional sense, and then in the middle you hide all the the less enjoyable moments.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at how it just, connected for you.
Exactly. So it's amazing. Yes.
This is not the butterfly effect.
It's the domino effect. I don't know.
See, I told you.
Whatever.
This is just connecting the dots.
Okay.
Like how things
it's tic-tac-toe. It's excellent.
What is butterfly effect about this?
I'm not sure. But do you see yourself going back, just like in the field of law in general, at any point, or like we're over it, we did it, it was fun?
I mean, so what I tell people is, if you ever see me practicing law, something very wrong happened.
Okay.
But it's, like if I have to do law, then something wrong must have happened with social media. But the way we try to plan things is that hopefully once I'm no longer doing YouTube, then I wouldn't need to go back to law. So that I'd have something to do, maybe producing videos, maybe going back behind the camera. But like I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be doing videos. Sorry, yeah, that day, and I'll be doing videos forever.
Oh, exciting! Now Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards coming up. Okay, but before we wrap up the interview, we want to do a quick round of rapid fire questions with you.
Of course, go for it.
Travel edition.
Travel edition.
Because who better?
I mean, there's a lot of people better. But
I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
Okay, so first up, favorite airline.
Ooh.
And why?
Emirates. You can go everywhere. You can go everywhere. That's why.
But you can't go wrong with them.
You can't go wrong. You can go everywhere, and they literally fly everywhere. And that's a big reason why creators just choose Dubai, because they can go wherever they want so quickly.
100%. Okay, next question. Best meal for long-haul flights?
Right?
McDonald's McChicken.
Okay,
that's the worst. That's the worst meal, but somehow I just like to have it right.
It's easy on the stomach, tasty. You can microwave it on the airplane.
Yeah, I mean, 2 truths, 1 lie. So
it works.
Yeah, she doesn't like it, but
My face literally like.
She's a vegetarian, but she doesnes't get it.
No, impossible McChicken.
I do get it. Impossible.
The impossible McChicken.
Somehow impossible is just not it anymore. Okay, backpacks or suitcases?
Oh, no, the cool suitcases, the ones that follow you around.
With a charging port?
Yeah.
It's got speakers in it?
IBS and like a little place to put your phone and then your cup.
Yes.
What?
You don't know this?
I've never heard or seen of such.
Well,
I'll show you.
You learned more than one thing today.
Suitcases with like charging.
They
just follow you. They just follow you.
They just follow you.
Yeah.
How do you wear a tracker watch or something?
I think it's on your phone. It's based on your phone and it just follows you. And then another one, you can just like actually ride it around the airport.
Like you
Just
sit on it
and then ride
Oh
around it.
my God! What is that?
So you don't take your scooter with you?
No, I mean,
Like that goes in cargo?
Yeah.
We have that instead.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you can do that.
Okay, you're on a long flight. What show are you pre-downloading on Netflix?
Whatever is trending at the time.
Okay.
There's nothing specific. And honestly, with Emirates, you really don't need to download anything.
That's such a valid point.
Yeah, it's such a good.
Are you more of a book reader or like a movie watcher or a sleeper or eater or look out the flight? I look out the window and take pictures.
You know what? Like, you're asking me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were telling me you do that. No, so I don't read books. I don't like to read books. But I enjoy the flight. I just, even if there's Wi-Fi, I just leave the phone and then I just like enjoy it. I love flights.
Yeah.
You know, the whole like the vibe, the atmosphere. It's just. I love it. I love it. I want to travel up.
you don't expect a lawyer to say he hates reading books, but yes, of course you do. Of course.
Now that I'm done university, I can say that. So
Right?
yeah.
Okay, so best packing hack, especially we're going to Egypt in day after tomorrow.
So making it about us. Best packing hack, yes.
Because you guys are going to Egypt after tomorrow.
This is cynical.
I like to have like smaller bags inside of the big bag. You know, like
To make everything compact.
Exactly. So you have a smaller bag where you put all like your socks, whatever, and then smaller bag you put all your toiletries in. And then when you open it, not everything's like going everywhere. So
That's actually genius.
yeah.
I would never thought of that. Okay,
You just throw everything in.
Yeah.
Okay.
day flights or night flights?
Night.
I get that.
Yeah, night. Although there are some planes now that they can just make the whole mood night. I don't know if you've tried one of those. Like it'll be morning with one button, everything just becomes night.
Really?
Like
Emirates?
This was Turkish actually.
Oh.
They make the windows go like fully like dark.
Yeah, that's
But at
cool.
7 a.m. in the morning.
But I prefer night flights only because the next day at least I have the whole day to myself.
Unless you're going for like a 10-hour flight, then
Yeah.
Unless you're going
That's
Canada.
yeah, unless
that's a
you're
whole
going,
different
that's
thing.
14 hours. Yeah,
I mean, that's why you shouldn't travel so far, you know, like stay within your boundaries and
that's a
limits.
perfect world
Yeah.
that we don't live in. Yeah.
Okay, very last one.
Okay, comfiest shoes to fly in.
No shoes.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes.
Casey would love you. If Casey was here today,
Yeah.
she would
She
love
wears
you.
travel
No
socks. She
shoes.
has etiquettes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She,
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, the flight attendants won't let you take your shoes off until you're in the air in case of an emergency. So you're not, like, putting the shoes on or people are tripping over your shoes. So they don't let you take your shoes off until, like, okay, they're in cruising, yeah.
That makes so much
But no shoes.
No shoes.
No shoes.
Oh my gosh,
Honestly-
yes, just walking around barefoot, having all the dirt stuck on your foot.
Yes.
Maybe like a
eating the
glass on
McChicken,
your side.
eating the McChicken right
Eating
before.
chicken.
the
That's
Impossible
the
chicken.
vibe. And like sometimes the pieces of food get stuck on your foot. and
That's
it's
so nice. Wow, she's been
The vibe-
traumatized.
the
She's
vibe
been
you're
traumatized.
No. So like you can eat the leftover food from
Ooh,
your
save
food,
some
you
for
know?
later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Save money.
Exactly. So you don't have to like sneak in food. Anyway, no one
Wow.
sneaks in food.
So
to the
many people
flight.
clicked out right now. So many people clicked out.
I'll cry to bed today.
Yeah.
That was a trick question. I wanted to know if you'd say Crocs. That's a good.
So it was, yeah, I mean, like,
We love
that was a
Crocs.
decent answer, right?
You
Like,
like Crocs?
sometimes.
Well, it's a trick question.
I mean,
The answer is
sometimes.
no.
He looks like a Crocs kind of ambassador.
I'm definitely not.
Ambassador. Okay.
Anyways,
Maybe like a two-time.
Would you say
user.
no to that opportunity?
Depends
On what?
on how.
and what? Okay, so Kids Choice Awards,
Kids Choice Awards.
16th September,
Abu Dhabi. Etihad
Abu Dhabi,
Arena.
front row tickets. You're gonna kill it.
Hopefully.
You're gonna sing with Jessie J. Hopefully.
She's gonna sing, I'm gonna clap and dance a little
Okay,
bit.
okay, you
Yeah.
can dance. You can
A
dance.
little bit.
Okay, beatbox.
Yeah, no.
We know she likes a beatbox, so you can do that instead of her.
She can do that. I can clap a little bit more.
Can you give us any miniature tea that you can tell about what's happening on the day?
Yes, so there's going to be a lot of games. There's going to be games that will be played with the audience. There's going to be a lot of performers. There's I think 4 or 5 already confirmed from the region, and there's a couple very cool ones if they get confirmed.
Ariana
We'll let you
Grande.
guys. No,
Miley Cyrus, Taylor
I can't
Swift.
say. I can't
Nicki
say
Minaj.
anymore.
Justin
I started with
Bieber.
another and I realized, okay, I just can't say.
Oh.
And so if that gets confirmed, I'm sure we'll let you guys know, but it'll be very cool. There's going to be also a few, what else? A lot of slime.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be 11 awards.
Oh my god.
11 awards, and then people get to see their favorite creators that they voted for, and I'm hearing like millions of votes have gone in. So people will be like, it's gonna be like the energy would just be
Next level.
unbelievable. Yeah, so it's gonna be like an hour and a half of absolute fun and energy and slime, and so I'm supposed to get slimed at some point. I don't know when.
They
but
don't tell you?
No, they don't want to tell me.
You can't like preempt
No.
it?
They just tell me,
mentally
listen,
prepare?
slime will come out of this, out of this. I'm like, how are you getting slime to come out of like AC
Yeah,
vents? How are you doing
really?
that? Yeah.
I
So
see.
there's slime everywhere. But I hear it's edible, so
Yeah.
that's fine. But they also told me not to wear my favorite shirt because
That
slime
makes
will ruin
sense.
it.
Yeah, for the host
Yeah.
to not wear his favorite shirt makes sense.
Exactly.
Or maybe just keep the shirt with the slime for all eternity and as a memorabilia.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
works.
kind of like the socks with the food.
As long as you don't rent it out, don't rent out the shirt.
Why would we?
Buy it. No, because some people rent out their
Oh, yeah, no, but it's supposed to be like funky styling, you know? Like it's not gonna be like a suit or like a tux or it's gonna be like something funky.
Alright. That is so exciting though.
Well,
Everyone has to come. 16th of September.
okay, you used it for an announcement and not crying, but that is fine as well. Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards, 16th September. Thank you so much for joining us. What a pleasure. Lovely to get to know you.
Amazing.
And guys, that is it from us. We'll be back with you same time, same place tomorrow. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me as well.
Yeah.